SLS. This is 10 News at 5:30, working for you.
Take a look at 5:30. Incredible images of flooding as Florence isn't going away without leaving her mark. We'll have live team coverage from across the region.
Out of the shadows and ready to testify, the woman accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh has come forward, but Republicans are questioning the timing and Democrats are asking for a delay.
And a man in Radford is facing dozens of charges, the crimes he's being accused of that go back for decades. Now, the remnants of Florence are continuing to cause problems all across the Commonwealth.
Just over an hour ago, a tornado hit in Midlothian in Chesterfield County. Oh, wow. This is video from John Guth of the touchdown on Hall Street near the courthouse. You can see it ripping the roof off of this building.
That again is not too far from downtown Richmond. Here in our region, from Southside to Salem, parts of our area have dealt with pretty significant flooding. You've been sending us dozens of pictures of the flooding that you have been seeing, and our crews have been scouting out the region as well. We're going to check in with our live crews in just a few minutes.
But first, we're watching for severe weather across parts of the region. Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich joins us now with the forecast. So Jeff, are we watching for anything specifically right now?
Yeah, we're watching the threat for more heavy rain. It's going to be, I think, scattered in nature here for the next couple of hours. And there's still the possibility, because there's some helicity still in our atmosphere, of a stray spin-up tornado, especially in areas south and east of Roanoke. Flood warning in effect until 11:15 for Charlotte and also for Halifax counties. Flood watch. Flash flood watch in effect for virtually everyone across the viewing area through Monday night. The radar showing a few showers towards the mountains, a few heavier downpours farther to the east. In southern Halifax County, we've got a few bands starting to develop out across Appomattox County, south into perhaps even northern parts of Pittsylvania County. We're going to zoom into this cell now just to the north and also to the east of Seneca, right along Pigeon Road and also along Highway 501. These little itty bitty cells that contain some very heavy rain moving to the northeast at around about, I'd say, 30 miles per hour or so. And we're still going to be dealing with the ramifications from all the rain for quite some time. For our latest on those river levels, here's Chris.
Hey there, Jeff. Yeah, the last thing we want to see is any kind of red on the radar just because of how much rain we saw yesterday. Here are some official reports from the National Weather Service in Blacksburg, and we're really highlighting parts of Franklin and Patrick counties that just got hammered over 2 days, getting more than what we typically see in a month to a month and a half. Totals like 5.5 inches of rain in Bent Mountain, near 9 inches of rain in Stewart and Willis. Meanwhile, Ferrum getting half a foot of rain in the last 2 days. So where does that water go? It's got to go into the rivers. The main concern being in Southside, where Danville could see the highest river level since April of 2017. In Paces, the water could get up to the bottom of the Route 658 bridge. And in South Boston, the floodwater could approach Route 501. We're going to continue to track that over the coming days. But coming up in the full forecast, we'll let you when we finally get through a day with nothing on the radar. Lindsay.
All right, thank you, Chris. The National Weather Service this afternoon has significantly lowered its river flood projections for the Dan River at all points, including Danville. Moderate flooding is now expected in Danville. 10 News reporter Arisha Jones is live there with the very latest. Arisha?
From what we've been able to see here in Danville, there hasn't been any widespread flooding here in the city, but there has been some flooding along many of the trails here in the city. Now, this trail is close to the Dan River, behind the YMCA on Riverside Drive, completely covering this part of the trail under the bridge at Main Street. Now, the river may briefly reach major flood stage on Tuesday, but we're told it won't last long. The flood warning from the National Weather Service remains in place for Danville, and about an hour ago the river level was at 20.63 feet. The river level is projected to continue rising to near 25.5 feet by early tomorrow afternoon. A crest of 25.5 feet would compare to the crest of 25.3 on April 25th, 2017, when the city saw flooding at that time. Now, we're told that public works are expected to close more roads in the city as the flooding continues, and if they are needed to close their roads. Of course, we will continue to monitor this situation and bring you live updates on air. Reporting live in Danville, Arisha Jones, 10 News, working for you.
Well, the effects from the Roanoke River extended into Montgomery County, where more roads were closed. 10 News reporter Tommy Lopez is live there with more on what some people have been dealing with near Shawsville today. Tommy?
Yeah, we're here in Floyd County now. We're checking out conditions in flooded roads, but we saw a number of dangerous spots in Montgomery County. Just south of Shawsville is one location. We have video from Allegheny Spring Road. This is just a ways west of the Roanoke County line. It shows the Roanoke River running past very quickly and spilling onto this road, as it did in multiple parts of this road, according to VDOT. Officials closed the road, and we didn't want to drive any further. You can see, though, how fast it's moving. We saw a low-lying area behind a church nearby that was flooded. As the sun peeked out, it shed light on a flooded playground and multiple side roads. Tonight at 6, we'll show you how it looked when a Floyd County river was flooded and overflowed and put 3 to 4 feet of water on a road nearby. Live in Floyd County, I'm Tommy Lopez, 10 News, working for you.
A lot of the emails and pictures we've gotten from you have been from flooding in Salem, like this one from Dave Spitolari. 10 News anchor Brittany McGraw joins us now live with a look at some of those problem spots. Brittany?
Well, as soon as we got into Salem, we saw this, the Roanoke River out of its banks and all sorts of debris like logs, even a couple of barrels rushing down the river. Now, I want to take a second to allow you to listen to how fast the river has been rushing. Don't know how well you're going to be able to hear this, but do want to give you a second to just kind of listen to how fast this water has been rushing because of all of the rain that we had over the weekend and into this morning. Now, the river left Salem Park underwater, and here at East Riverside Drive and Tremont Road, the road was closed because water was going across the road. Along the Greenway in Salem, parts that would normally be clear for people to walk were also underwater. People who live nearby came out to get a look at how high the river is.
It normally doesn't run like this. Sometimes you can see the bottom, there's hardly anything in there. But this rain has really it's been crazy.
Yeah. The National Weather Service says right now the Roanoke River is at minor flood stage and should return to levels below flood stage soon. Of course, we are going to give you an update of the timing of all of that coming up tonight at 6. For now, reporting live along the Roanoke River in Salem, I'm Brittany McGraw, 10 News, working for you.
And we're still keeping an eye on the remnants of Florence as they continue to cause some issues. You can track that and more with us on the Storm Team 10 weather app. It has everything from a hurricane tracker to your daily outlook and also planning your week with the 7-day forecast. It is free in your phone's app store.
A Radford man is arrested on dozens of charges. The sexually related crimes involve multiple victims and date as far back as 1994. 57-year-old Brian Foster has been indicted on 56 counts, including 12 counts of rape and 7 counts of possession of child pornography. Police arrested him on Friday. He's being held in the New River Valley Regional Jail without bond. Police in Pulaski are investigating after an infant showed signs of drug overdose. According to a release, police were called to the Washington Square apartments on Saturday. When officers arrived, they say the baby seemed fine, but just moments later started to show symptoms of an overdose. The baby was taken to the hospital and later transferred to Roanoke Memorial for extra treatment. As of yesterday, the baby had been released. The investigation is ongoing and police say charges may be pending.
President Trump says he is okay with delaying Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation while the Senate investigates claims of sexual assault. Kavanaugh has vehemently denied the allegations from California professor Christine Blasey Ford, who says that Kavanaugh drunkenly groped her at a house party in the 1980s. She told the Washington Post that she thought he might accidentally kill her.
She clearly considers this an attempted rape. She believes that if it were not for the severe intoxication of Brett Kavanaugh, she would have been raped.
Ford and Kavanaugh have both said that they're willing to testify about the incident. Democratic Senator Susan Collins has urged them both to talk in front of the Senate, and several Republicans have agreed.
Thank you.
Still ahead at 5:30, after the rain and all this nasty weather we've been having, a few days in our 7-day forecast may actually bring a smile to your face. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich will have a look and bring us the good news after the break.
But first, here's a look at how stocks of local interest finished the day on Wall Street.